Alright, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something a bit different for you. It's a super chill game called Tiny Glade, and we're checking it out on the Steam Deck. If you are into relaxing or creative experiences, stick around because this might be the game for you. It actually released a couple of weeks back, and the premise of the game is that you basically build a tiny castle or a tiny kingdom even into a tiny glade. And today I finally got the chance to spend some time with the game. And it's a perfect way to unwind. There's no enemies, there's no objectives, just pure, unadulterated building bliss in a peaceful little glade. Now getting straight to it, when it comes to the settings, Tiny Glade keeps it real simple. You've got only resolution options, a toggle for depth of field, and an FPS limiter. That's it. There's no really options for different graphics or different textures and anything like that. And this is pretty much all you need for a game like this. Unfortunately, the game out of the box does not run at 60 FPS on the Steam Deck, but for this type of game you don't really need 60 FPS to enjoy it. Now the game runs anywhere between 30 to 40 FPS, really depending on the scene and the time of day. Sometimes it will dip even below 30. Now for a builder like this, I think that's more than enough. Even at 20 FPS, it's still enjoyable, but let's just try and cap it at 30. And at 30, it feels smooth. You won't notice any hiccups when you're placing the walls and the towers and everything like that. Out of the box, if you don't change any settings on the LCD Steam Deck, it will run for about an hour and a half, and it will try to use the maximum TDP of 25 watts. Now, if you are trying to keep it at around 30, so 28, 30, sometimes it will dip below 30. You can limit the TDP to 9 watts, and that will pretty much be enough. And if you limit it to 9 watts, you get about 2 hours of battery life. So you get about 30 more minutes. Now, full disclosure, Tiny Glade doesn't have native controller support. And it can be a little bit hard to get used to it. As you know, you can customize the Steam Deck's controls in any way you want. So I spent a few minutes tweaking the layout, and it works surprisingly well. I set the right touchpad for cursor movement and mapped the triggers for selecting and placing objects. Now when it comes to adjusting the height or the width of an object, it can be a little bit tricky, but it still can be done on the Steam Deck. And with about 10-15 minutes practice, you will be able to enjoy the game comfortably using the Steam Deck controls. The game is quite cheap. I think it's about 13 euros on the market right now. And there's something incredibly satisfying about watching your castle come together piece by piece. The game doesn't rush you, it even encourages you to take your time and enjoy the process. And something else I really like about the game is that there are really no explanations. You basically have to discover little things by yourself, like you can build towers and then lengthen them to actually make a bridge between two towers. So the more you play, the more you discover the different things you can do with your Tiny Glade. So that's about it for the video. Just really been enjoying this game. I wanted to showcase it on the Steam Deck. Is it worth playing on the Steam Deck? Absolutely. It's a delightful escape that fits perfectly with the Steam Deck's portability. Whether you're on a break, commuting, or just lounging at home, it's a great way to relax and let your imagination run wild if you've always wanted to be a castle architect, that is. So thanks for joining me on this video. If you have tried Tiny Glade on your Steam Deck, please do share how you feel about it running on the Steam Deck. If you have your own control setup tips, I'd love to hear them. Drop a comment below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Steam Deck content. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video.